Uh, Neo, you're supposed to begin playing in like 10 minutes according to the schedule. Right now they haven't started the first matches, which were supposed to be started 3 hours ago. Is it exhausting to wait this long?
It's not comfortable, for sure, but it's not a big problem. We've got used to the delays on events, so we're just, you know, trying to do something while waiting. So it's not that bad.
You have played Counter-Strike for a long while. Has tournaments become better to keeping the schedule?
Yeah, for sure. Something like that barely happens. So probably at every GameGune. I mean, we haven't been here last year, so not sure about that. But before, there's always been delays. So I think, except for that one, everything's been pretty well organized. So yeah, haven't met any problems.
You won the Intervju Masters this spring, which was the last really big tournament, because now ESC, WCG and Intervju Masters have announced that they don't gonna play Counter-Strike 1.6. Do you value that victory more now that you know that that was the last big Counter-Strike tournament?
Not really. I think it hasn't changed the perspective we were looking at the Intel Extreme Masters. Of course, we're very happy about winning that event, but it makes us feel sad that there's going to be no more Counter-Strike and such big events, because that's always been interesting to play and to participate in. So, no, not really.
Have you tried Global Offensive?
Yeah, we've played some, you know, ESL, CS, Go for CSGO. Actually, we lost pretty much at every one of them, but of course we haven't been practicing at all, so we've just been playing like every Sunday, some small cups, maybe some, you know, small practice games, but not really. Of course the game needs some more changes, I guess, but those cups has shown us that the game is pretty competitive, so maybe we'll try playing it.
If the big tournaments doesn't move over to Global Offensive, do you see yourself still playing the game if no big tournaments are playing it?
No, not really. I think we'll not be playing that if there's going to be no events. Yeah.
If you look at this tournament, you have Delta from Poland as well. Do you cheer for them when you're here?
Yeah, of course. We've always been cheering for every Polish team that's been traveling with us. Of course, that never happened too often, unfortunately. But there were a few events, especially always GameGune, that there was another Polish team, and we've always been cheering for them. Yeah.
How big is the growth in Polish Counter-Strike community? Is there like playing upcoming players still?
There's always been plenty of talented players, but no one taking the game pretty seriously. Yeah. So it's pretty hard to answer that question.
Your team doesn't change the teammates that often, as opposed to maybe Swedish team or Danish teams, but you do change organization quite often. Can you explain why?
It was never really our decision, maybe few of them, but mostly it's been us being cheated on or something like that, not getting salaries, so the situation forced us to change the organization. So we never really enjoyed changing them, so because like for example in 2009 we've had a rough year finding one, and we've had few mistakes with choosing them, so it's never really been fun to change organization.
Why do you consider it as a mistake to choose them? Was it they not keeping their promise and you felt bad for trusting them?
Every time it was different, because yeah, some of them were not keeping their promises, some of them were just disappearing and no answers. Meteor makers went bankrupt, stuff like that. So I think we were really unlucky in the past.
Do you feel that you are like disappointed on most of the team that you have played for during the past?
I think not really, because right now we're more known as Golden Five or Again than any other organization. So it might have been even I don't know how to say that, but you know, a positive way for us, I think.
Okay. MTW, the Danish team, disbanded not too long ago, and the Danish players are like spread over. Some of them has gone to the Swedish teams because they can understand each other. Do you think that the quality level of the players in those now Swedish and Danish teams has been increased by using both Swedish and Danish players?
Maybe that's true, because now, for example, Fnatic, that has few Danish and even a player who's been playing in German team, Carrigan, they have kind of mixed style of all of those teams. So I think they have gained something thanks to that. So, and all of them are pretty experienced, has been playing in different teams. So I guess, yeah, that made them stronger, probably.
If we look at your team, you haven't changed a player very recently. What kind of increases in your play does that gain, like playing with the same people a long time?
Yeah, you can see some pluses and minuses and that, because we've known each other for such a long time. Sometimes we just argue for no reason, and sometimes we just understand each other so well. So I guess it's even harder to keep same lineup for such a long time than to change it pretty often.
Has it been like close to that you were almost changing a team member but you didn't do it?
Yeah, we've had some situations like that, but usually it ended pretty quick, and you know, we just decided to stick with the same lineup.
Was the main reasons that a player was going to quit, or wasn't that the team wasn't performing that well?
I guess we were just arguing about nothing. Yeah, so that was probably the reason why someone wanted to leave or something like that.
Do you have anything to add to the interview?
Just, I would like to thank our sponsors, Qpat, Sennheiser, Icybox and Ultraforce. And of course our fans.
Thank you.
Thanks.